Hello everyone! أهلا وسهلا بطلاب الصف الخامس الابتدائي with the Science lessons تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. The last time اتكلمنا عن Unit 1 وخلصنا Lesson 4 which is Magnetism and Electricity، وعرفنا منهم الدينامو and electromagnet، وعرفنا الفرق بينهم وكل واحد بيعمل ايه. Now we're gonna begin with Unit number 2. خلصنا Unit 1، خلصنا Energy. Now we're gonna begin with Unit number 2 with the first lesson which is the mixture. So let's begin our lesson for today. Now we're gonna take the first lesson in Unit number 2. The first lesson it's talk about the mixture. يا ترى يعني ايه mixtures؟ طب قبل ما نتكلم عن المixtures نتكلم الأول عن matter. We know what is the matter from the previous year. Okay, the matter, any matter is divided into two types. The matter can be classified into two types. طب يا ترى هم ايه؟ Number one, the pure substance, and two is the mixtures. طيب من البيكتشر اللي احنا شايفينها قدامنا هنا we can see that the pure substance it consists of only one type، لكن الميكتشرز more than one type. طب تعالوا دلوقتي ناخد الديفينيشن ونفهم اكتر كل واحده عن ايه، وناخد كمان examples about each one. The pure substance, it's the substance that consists of only one type of identical particle. Only one type. طيب زي ايه pure particles او pure substance? We have an example such as distilled water. يعني ايه distilled water? It means the pure water. Also we have sugar. Another example like the baking soda. يبقى examples of the pure substance that has only one type of identical particles: sugar, baking soda, and distilled water. طيب ده كده بالنسبة لل pure substance. طب بالنسبة للmixture. Mixture, it's a substance, or it's a substance, but consists of more than one type of particles. The mixtures, it's a substance that consists of more than one type of particles. مكونة من أكتر من particle، أكتر من نوع. طب يا ترى زي إيه؟ زي التوماتو صوص، milk. tomato sauce لما بنيجي نعمل tomato بنستخدم إيه؟ tomato sauce, tomato, oil, water, salt. فبالتالي في more than one type، في أكتر من حاجة، فبالتالي it's a mixture. We have also milk that consists of proteins, carbohydrates, and so on. So the milk also it's a mixture. And another example like concrete and mineral water and the atmospheric air. طب لحظة، tomato sauce تمام، milk okay, concrete okay, but what is the mineral water? What is the difference between the mineral water and pure water? Pure water or distilled water is the pure one. لكن mineral water, the mineral water it's a mixture between what and what? Between water, mixture of water and minerals and some minerals. Minerals زي ايه؟ Some minerals such as calcium and magnesium. يبقى mineral water it's a mixture of water and minerals such as calcium and magnesium. But what about air? The atmospheric air that's around us. الاير اللي حوالينا it consists of different gases, a mixture of gases. زي ايه؟ زي الاكسجين, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and water vapor. يبقى الاير is a mixture of gases such as oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and water vapor. يبقى احنا كده دلوقتي اتكلمنا عن ايه؟ عرفنا الفرق ما بين ال pure substance وال mixture. The pure substance consists of only one type of particles such as distilled water, sugar. لكن the mixtures it's substance that consists of more than one type of particle such as the mineral water such as tomato sauce. طيب احنا دلوقتي كده فهمنا يعني ايه pure substance وفهمنا يعني ايه mixtures. تعالوا بقى دلوقتي نتكلم اكتر عنهم. طب قبل ما نتكلم ناخد سؤال معانا هنا give reason question. Tomato sauce is a mixture while sugar is a pure substance. Why? هنقول ليه؟ لأن التوماتو because the tomato sauce consists of more than one type of particles while sugar consists of only one type of identical particles. That's it. طيب النهارده بقى هنتكلم عن ايه؟ Now we're gonna talk about 4 points. We are going to study point number 1 which is types of mixtures. Point number 2 which is the properties. We're going to talk about the properties of the mixtures. And point number 3, formation of mixtures. إزاي نعمل mixtures. And point number 4, separation of mixtures. طيب تعالوا نبدأ بpoint number 1, which is types of mixtures. عشان نتكلم عن ال types of mixtures. types of mixtures يعني عايزين نتكلم عن أنواعها. طب أنواعها زي إيه؟ يعني solid, liquid, gas, and so on. طب أول type, the first type that we have in the mixture, which is solid mixture. Solid mixture, it means that it consists of solid and solid. It consists of more than one type or two or more substance or solid substance. يبقى يعني إيه solid mixtures? It consists of two or more of solids. طب يا ترى زي إيه؟ زي mixtures of إيه؟ fruit salad. Examples of the solid mixtures such as fruit salad and vegetable salad. solid. طيب ادي كده أول type of the mixture, which is solid mixture. Number 2, which is liquid mixture. يبقى عبارة عن إيه؟ It consists of two or more liquids. زي إيه؟ An example we have in here such as oil and water and vinegar, oil and water. طيب احنا كده دلوقتي اتكلمنا عن ايه؟ solid mixture, liquid mixture. طب ممكن برضو solid liquid mixture. solid liquid mixture, it consists of solid and liquid. طب يا ترى زي ايه solid و liquid؟ زي مثلا sand and water or salt and water. solid and liquid. طيب solid liquid solid. طب ممكن برضو gaseous. يبقى دلوقتي type number 4 gaseous mixture. It consists of two or more of different gases. زي ايه؟ زي ال air that's found around us. يبقى example such as the air, it's a mixture of gases which are oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and water vapor. طيب كده اتكلمنا عن 4 types. Type number 5 is gaseous liquid mixture. يعني عبارة عن ايه؟ It consists of liquid and gas. طب يا ترى زي ايه؟ زي الصودا water. And the example of gaseous liquid mixture, it's the soda water. طب يعني ايه soda water؟ وازاي فيها gas و liquid؟ soda water, it's the carbon dioxide gas is dissolved in a sugary solution. ده حطيناه في sugar solution، حطينا carbon dioxide وحصل له dissolve in sugar solution، عمل الصودا water. فبالتالي it consists of gas and liquid. يبقى دلوقتي how many types of mixtures؟ 5. solid, liquid, solid, gaseous and gaseous liquid mixture. يبقى احنا كده اتكلمنا عن all the types of the mixtures. طيب احنا دلوقتي عرفنا يعني ايه اللي هي التايبس. طب تعالوا كده نشوف اكتر عن الميكتشرز. عايزين دلوقتي نتكلم عن the properties of the mixture. يا ترى ايه اللي بيميز الميكتشر؟ تعالوا دلوقتي نتفرج على الفيديو ده ونفهم منه اكتر. And also I have to mention that this video is from the بنك المعرفة. So let's watch it together.
Have you ever eaten jello or vegetable soup? If so, you've eaten a mixture. A mixture consists of two or more elements, compounds, or both that are together in the same place but are not chemically combined. You predict what will happen when we combine these three different types of candies. As you can see, they physically mix together, but they do not chemically interact to form a new kind of candy. If you were to pick out a piece of candy and eat it, you would say that it has kept its original properties. In other words, it looks, feels, and tastes the same as it did before it became part of the mixture. Mixtures can be physically separated. In other words, the individual parts of a mixture can be separated from the other things in the mixture. For example, this is a mixture of different metal objects. If we wanted to separate the metal objects containing iron, we could use a magnet. It would attract the pieces with iron leaving the other non-iron objects behind.
So now, from this video, we can understand the properties of the mixture. أول حاجة في ال properties of the mixture. فاكرين في ال property لما مسك الكانديز كان عندنا green candy, yellow candy and pink candy. قدر إن هو ياخد ال pink candy بس. معنى كده إن الميكتشرز رغم إن هي كذا حاجة بس we can separate it. نقدر ناخد only one type. يبقى أول حاجة the components of the mixture can be separated easily. طب ليه can be separated easily? Because it's not join together, not react together, مش بيعملوا reaction مع بعض. يبقى أول property, the first property of the mixture is that its components don't react or don't join together, so its components can be separated easily. نقدر إن احنا ناخد حاجة معينة منها، زي برضو في magnetic materials قدرنا إن احنا ناخد بس magnetic materials يعني non-magnetic، يبقى قدرنا نعمل separated، خدنا حاجة معينة، يبقى it can be separated easily. يبقى ده كده property number 2. طيب property number 1. Now property number 2. Each component keeps its own properties. لما عمل الميكتشر اوكي والكانديز كانت معاه when he eat it it tasted the same and it's the same color and also it's the same smell after the mixture as before the mixture. بعد الميكتشر نفس كل حاجة زيها زي قبل الميكتشر. يبقى it keeps its own properties. كل البروبرتيز بتاعتها بتفضل هي بعد الميكتشر بعد ما نعمل the mixture. So each component keeps its own properties, so the properties of the mixture are the same properties of its component. Now property number 3. Property number 3 that the components of the mixture can be mixed by any amount or any ratio. نقدر نحط أي amount إحنا عايزينها، أي كمية إحنا عايزينها ونعمل الميكتشر، يعني مش محددين بحاجة معينة، مش لازم مثلا عشان أعمل فروت سلطة أحط عدد معين من الأبل، عدد معين من الستروبري، no. with any ratio أي amount أنا عايزاه. يبقى ده كده property number 3. The components of the mixture can be mixed by any amount or any ratio. يبقى احنا كده اتكلمنا عن ايه؟ اتكلمنا عن point number 1 وخلصناها اللي هي ال types of mixture and point number 2 which is the properties of the mixture. Now we're gonna begin with property number 3. Point number 3 which is the formation of mixtures. يا ترى ايه هي ال formations of the mixture؟ ازاي نقدر نعمل بقى ال mixture؟ We can form a mixture by 3 ways. Number 1 by shaking. Number 2 by stirring. Number 3 by grinding. The 3 methods دولت or the 3 ways that we use to form a mixture. طيب تعالوا كده دلوقتي نتكلم أكتر عن the formation of mixtures. لو عندنا solid and liquid. solid و liquid ازاي نقدر نعمل لهم mix؟ We can mix the solid and liquid by shaking or stirring. Such as لو عندنا salt and water. If we have salt and water, we just stir it. Okay, طيب ده كده solid and liquid. But what if we have solid, liquid materials? What if we have liquid? Liquid materials such as the mixture of strawberry juice and banana juice. How we can mix it? By shaking or stirring also. طيب دلوقتي what about if we have solid mixture? Solid materials mixed by shaking or grinding. Shaking or grinding such as salt and pepper. Salt and pepper they are mixed by shaking or grinding. طيب احنا كده دلوقتي اتكلمنا عن the 3 ways of how can we form a mixture, the formation of the mixtures. يبقى number 1, the point number 1 اتكلمنا عن types of the mixture وعرفنا ان احنا عندنا 5 types. Point number 2 اتكلمنا عن the properties of the mixture وعرفنا that the mixture have 3 properties. And then we talked also about the point number 3 which is the formation of mixtures. Now we're going to talk about point number 4 and please all of you focus with me. Point number 4 which is the separation of mixtures. احنا خلاص عملنا الميكتشر خلاص we form it عملنا الفورميشن سواء shaking or stirring or grinding. طب دلوقتي بقى how can we separate the mixture؟ separation of mixtures. عشان نفهم اكتر ازاي نعمل separation للميكتشرز تعالوا ناخد مع بعض حاجه حاجه. separation of mixture formed of solids. لو احنا عندنا solid وsolid، لو عندنا solid وsolid mixtures وعايزين نعمل ما بينهم separation، عايزين نفصلهم، اوكي؟ زي مثلا solid وsolid بس واحد منهم يكون magnetic materials، يعني في جزء magnetic material وجزء non magnetic material. ازاي نفصل ده عن ده؟ زي الفيديو اللي شفناه في الاول خالص لما كان في different types، كان في iron وفي magnetic materials، قدرنا نعمل separation ليها by using the magnet. يبقى لو احنا عندنا مثلا for example sand and iron fillings، if we have a mixture of sand and iron fillings we can separate the iron fillings from the sand by using the magnet. يعني احنا لو قربنا المagnet from the mixture of sand and iron fillings، the magnet اللي هيحصل the magnet will attract ايه؟ هيعمل ايه؟ هيشد الايرون fillings ليه زي ما خدنا in the previous lessons. يبقى the magnet attracts the iron fillings only، اكيد مش هيعمل attract للساند. طيب من هنا نقدر نعرف ايه؟ we can conclude that the mixture of the solid mixtures بس في منهم one type is a magnetic material can be separated by the magnetic attraction by using a magnet. يبقى هنا it's possible to separate iron fillings from sand using what? Using the magnetic attraction. ده كده أول method to separate the mixtures. طب تعالوا ناخد تاني another activity. Okay? In this activity we have for example salt, some sand، عندنا salt وsand وwater وfunnel وفلتر بيبر. فلتر بيبر دي بتبقى ورقة هنستخدمها عشان نعمل الفلتريشن، عشان نعمل الاكتيفيتي بتاعتنا، وعندنا 2 beakers وهيتر وstand and so on. هنعمل ايه؟ أول حاجة خالص in our activity we're gonna make a mixture of ايه؟ هناخد mixture of salt, sand and water. هنحط التلاتة على بعض. طيب ايه اللي هيحصل؟ To form a mixture we're gonna stirring it by stirring. هنلاحظ ايه؟ أول حاجة هنلاحظها that the salt dissolve in water. السولت هيدوب في المية مش هنقدر نشوفه، لكن الساند doesn't dissolve in water. يبقى أول حاجة لما نضيف ايه؟ نعمل mixture of salt, sand and water. The first observation we have that the salt dissolves in water while the sand doesn't dissolve. طيب دلوقتي بقى هنعمل ايه؟ احنا عايزين نعمل separation between عايزين نعمل separation للساند عن السولت عن الووتر. نعمل ايه؟ اول حاجه مش الساند فضلت موجوده في الميه، هنعمل ايه؟ هنجيب دلوقتي فانل ونجيب filter paper ونحطها عليها. اوكي and then we're gonna bring the cup اللي فيها mixture which is the sand and the mixture of salt and water and then we're gonna pour it on the filter paper. هنلاحظ ان الفلتر بيبر هنا هتعمل ايه؟ هتخلي the water only to pass through it while the sand can't pass through it. الساند مش هيقدر يعدي منها لكن الووتر هيقدر يعدي. يبقى كده عملنا ايه؟ عملنا separation ما بين الساند salty solution اللي هو الووتر والسولت. يبقى أول حاجة by using a filter paper it can separate sand and allows the salty solution to pass through it. يبقى كده أول حاجة فعلا عرفنا نعمل separation ما بين الساند والsalty solution اللي هو الووتر والساند. طب احنا دلوقتي بقى معانا ايه؟ خلاص بعدنا الساند، معانا دلوقتي water، معانا water and salt. water and salt ازاي بقى نعمل separation السولت عن الووتر؟ think كده together. ممكن نفكر كده عن قبل كده خدنا evaporation in the previous year. we're gonna make ايه؟ we're gonna boil the filtered solution gently. هنخليه نعمل له boiling and then until all the water evaporates. لما كل الووتر يحصل لها evaporates، كل الووتر ايه اللي هيحصل؟ الووتر خلاص هتبقى ووتر فيبر ويحصل لها evaporation زي ما عارفين، لكن السولت هيفضل موجود in the beaker. فبالتالي احنا فعلا عرفنا ناخد السولت. يبقى دلوقتي هنا by the evaporation process, the water will be evaporated and only the salt will remain in the beaker. يبقى our observation that the water evaporates and the salt precipitates or remains in the beaker. يبقى what we can conclude from this activity, we can conclude that number one, filtration process اللي هي by using the filter paper. Filtration process is used to separate the solid materials that are insoluble in water such as sand. Insoluble يعني ما بيدوبش زي ايه؟ زي الساند. Number two, evaporation process is used to separate the solid materials that are soluble in water such as salt. يبقى لو عندنا solid في الووتر والsolid ده insoluble ما بيدوبش في المية، ازاي نعمله separation؟ by using the filtration process. طب لو عندنا soluble solid in water we can separate it by using the evaporation process. طيب now دلوقتي عندنا mixture ولكن mixture of liquid mixture. Liquid such as oil and water. ازاي نقدر نعمل separation between the oil and the water؟ ازاي نفصل the water from the oil؟ To understand this activity we're gonna watch the video. So let's begin this video and see how can we separate oil from water.
Mixture can be separated easily using various methods. In this activity, we will learn how to separate a heterogeneous liquid mixture. Click to start our activity. Let's start by dragging an empty beaker onto the table. Then, fill the beaker with water. Now, add an amount of oil to the water beaker and shake it well. We will find that the oil does not mix with water, but forms a layer that floats on the water surface. Then, drag the stand holding the separatory funnel and pour the mixture in it. And finally, open the funnel's tap carefully to separate water from oil, and let water fall down. When the last drop of water falls in the beaker, close the tap to prevent the oil from falling down. Firstly, water falls down from the separating funnel into the beaker, but the oil remains inside the separating funnel. From this activity, we conclude that we use the separatory funnel to separate the components of the heterogeneous liquid mixtures, such as the water-oil mixture.
فهمنا ايه؟ We understand from that video that we conclude that water and oil don't mix together. Oil and water don't mix together and it can be separated. They can be separated by using the separating funnel. وشوفنا separating funnel في الفيديو وازاي بيعمل separation between the oil and the water. طيب احنا دلوقتي اتكلمنا عن all the separations, all the methods of how we separate the mixtures. اتكلمنا عن 4 methods. تعالوا دلوقتي نعمل comparison ما بين the 4 methods that we can use to separate the mixtures: magnetic attraction, filtration, evaporation, and separating funnel. Magnetic attraction, it's a method that's used to separate solid mixtures that contain magnetic materials. لازم يكون فيها magnetic materials such as sand and iron fillings. Type filtration, it's used to separate the solid materials that are insoluble in water such as sand and water, insoluble or not dissolve or deposit or precipitate and water. كلهم نفس meaning نفس المعنى. يبقى زي ايه؟ زي sand and water. Type evaporation process, it's a method that's used to separate the solid materials that are soluble in water بيدوب في المية such as salt and water. And the final one, which is the separating funnel. It's a device that we use to separate the immiscible liquid mixtures. Immiscible يعني ايه؟ يعني liquids زي الاويل and water، لما شفنا ان الووتر بيبقى تحت والاويل فوقيه. يبقى احنا كده النهارده اتكلمنا عن ايه؟ احنا كده خلصنا lesson 1 which is the mixture. اتكلمنا عن يعني ايه اول حاجه، ايه الفرق ما بين البيور substance والميكتشر. عرفنا ان البيور only one type of identical particles، لكن الميكتشر more than one type of particles. اتكلمنا بعد كده عن the types of mixtures: solid mixture, liquid mixture, solid liquid mixture, gaseous and gaseous liquid mixture. بعد كده اتكلمنا عن the properties of the mixture، ان اول حاجه it can be separated easily, and number 2 that each component keep its own properties, and number 3 we can edit or make a mixture by any amount we want, by any ratio. بعد كده اتكلمنا كمان عن the formation of mixtures. ازاي بنعمل mixtures؟ we can form a mixture by stirring, shaking or grinding. وعرفنا كل type من الميكتشرز ازاي بنعملها. آخر point اتكلمنا عنها which is the separation. How can we separate a mixture? The separation process. Number 1 magnetic attraction, number 2 filtration process, number 3 evaporation process, and number 4 the separating funnel. يبقى احنا كده خلصنا lesson number 1، خلصنا the mixtures, lesson number 1 in unit number 2. And now thank you for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.